Now you may be thinking, where does someone go to get beautiful views like this? East Pocket, baby. Let me take you there. So the first thing you want to do, and this goes out to everybody from Arizona that hasn't been out there, that doesn't know Arizona especially, you want to take the I-17 north. I'm being very specific because I know hundreds of people have been moving here every year. Actually, thousands per year. It's been hundreds every week. So make sure you're taking the I-17 north to Flagstaff. So once you get here to the I-17, all you have to do, sit back, relax, because you're going to be on here for about 2 to 3 hours, and enjoy the scenery. Look how beautiful this is. Don't be in such a rush to get there. Take your time, enjoy every part of your trip. Okay? Now we're taking this to the 89A. You'll come across signs like this one that says Cottonwood Payson. Well, that's completely east, where we're not going there. So you want the exit that takes you straight to 89A. Okay, now that was the 260 to the 89A. You don't want that. So keep on driving. Before you know it, you'll be in Flagstaff. And look at this. All this traffic. Why? No accident. They shut off one of the lanes. That were doing some kind of construction going on there, but it was backed up. And this is Memorial Day. So that was my plan, to go up on Memorial Day while everybody was coming back. And as you can see, I was right. Everybody's coming back, because once I got to East Pocket, I wanted to feel like I was the only one in the world. That's just how I like it. So anyway, a lot of traffic, so I definitely didn't take this on the way back. I took 89A all the way back. That way I went through Sedona, which is what I wanted to do anyway. So let's keep going. We're almost there. So pay attention, because before you know it, you'll see the sign 89A. Oh yeah. Once you take exit 337, you'll be making a left. You'll immediately come to a roundabout. Just keep going straight, basically. Do not make a right here. Just keep going on through. And then you're gonna come to a second roundabout. Now at this second roundabout, it'll be your third exit. Technically, basically you're gonna be making a left, if that makes more sense to me, right? But if you want to think about a third exit, here's one exit, here's the second exit, and here's the third exit, 89A. Now you're on the 89A. Now I don't remember exactly how long this is. I think it's about 4 miles long. What you're looking for now is Forest Road 535. That is the next exit on your right hand side. And here it is coming up. Now go in slowly, be careful. Just as you can see here, as I was turning in, don't drive in like a maniac, because here's some cars coming out. So I just stopped by, just made a stop, waved them through, let them come out. Again, my plan is working out just fine. Everybody leaves so I can come in and have the place to myself. Look at the road. Doesn't look bad at all, but it feels pretty bad. As you can see, my truck is jumping because it's pretty rocky. You can feel it. I was thinking, well, let me see, how far can I take this? It doesn't look bad, but it did feel kind of bad since my tires are fully inflated. So I decided to pull off and deflate my tires. So this here is where I wanted to show you this air system that I put together myself to deflate all 4 tires at the same time. Now I had another camera I was recording with, and unfortunately that camera was set to slow motion and everything. It didn't come out well. All right, long story short, it did not come out well, but I deflated my tires and I was back on my way. Right away I could tell the big difference night and day. The ride felt a lot smoother. And you know, most people ask, well, I know I ask, how much should I deflate my tires to? I don't think I've really found an answer to that. Those of you experts out there that do a lot of off-road riding, let me know. Because my tires are normally at 50 psi when I'm out and about in the streets. And I deflated mine to 30 psi, just a little more than 50%. Maybe I should have went an extra 5 psi because I did feel a difference. It was night and day, but that little bit more maybe could have made it a bit smoother. But anyway, let me know if you know, is there an exact amount I should deflate to? I've heard that people deflate them to single digits. That's just running on flat tires. That doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not the expert. Let me know. Anyway, if you're on this road, this is the bumpiest road. As you can tell, I don't know, from the windshield shaking, you can see that bug splatter there. I shortened a let's back it up. Okay, so I shortened a bug's life there on my windshield, and as you can see, it vibrating because it was pretty rocky. Now I would say you don't need a four-wheel drive. Actually, I do have four-wheel drive, but I never activated my four-wheel drive. I cruised along just fine. I would say any truck, SUV, crossover could make it through. A sedan, I don't know. There's a part on this 535 that is a bit rocky. It's a small section too. The section is probably not longer than 50 yards, the rockiest part of this. And maybe if you went by really slow and then would you get stuck? I don't know. I couldn't answer those questions. I would just say don't bring a sedan. Bring some kind of SUV out here, especially if you're planning to make this trip on rainy days like September, October time frame, maybe December, January. Those months, I'm pretty sure it gets muddy out here, and I would see myself activating a four-wheel drive at that time. But I didn't have to for this trip. But look at the road. Look at these rocks, right? I try to go around them, as much as I could, even though I had a softer ride because I deflated the tires. But still, it was a pretty good ride, and not bad. On 535 is the worst, and it wasn't that bad. Okay. You'll see signs everywhere as you continue to drive. And the next one you're looking for is 231, Forest Road 231. And that'll come up. I mean, there's a lot of signage. Okay, don't think, even though it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere and it looks like you're in the middle of nowhere, there are plenty of signs directing you in whatever direction you want to go. And anywhere along here, if you decide, you know what, I want to camp here, you can camp here. You don't have to keep driving. There's a lot of places and spots you can camp out. So plenty of spaces to camp. I don't think this place will definitely ever be full, but it will be at the edge of the world. Because everyone wants to see those views. If they're willing to drive all the way up there, they want to see those views. So get out here early. Look, a little crossover vehicle coming through. See? Not a problem. And I bet you they don't even deflate their tires. It'll just be a bumpier ride. I almost passed it up, so I had to back up. I saw this small road, so I said, well, let me take it in here, see where it takes me to. Because I started to notice the mountains off my right side. And lo and behold, this is where people camp out to see the edge of the world. All the way to Sedona, all the way, I mean, you can see miles and miles away. And this is the spot I was looking for. I was looking for it because this is what it was shown in the past videos, that this is the best spot to camp because you're right on the edge. You can set your fire there, your tent, and this is the place to camp. Unfortunately, you can see someone there, so I wasn't able to stay here. My plan did not work 100%, but that's okay. I'll show you why. So I had no choice but to keep going. So if you go back out and just drive, I don't know, I don't even want to say a mile. It seems too far. It's not far at all. Go back out to the road and continue on the way you were going east, and you'll find this other campsite. And there I was, almost passing that one too. But all these campsites will be off to your right. Just keep looking off to your right hand side. And as I pulled in, I noticed I was getting closer and closer to that edge. I was like, I think I found something. This gotta be it. So pulled off here. It'll open up here, right and left. Go to your right side, and there's a few more campsites. There were some people out there, actually just one couple there camping. And then I saw this one, and I was thinking, wow, this may be it. Look at this. I mean, I'm right there in the front. I just didn't like that. I wanted a bit more pine trees, more shade is what I wanted. Now, by the way, it was only 78, 79 degrees, so it wasn't hot out there, right? It was very nice out there. And I did get to the edge, and I considered camping here. So this is a place you might want to get out and camp. There's nothing wrong. You can see people have left fires there before. I mean, fire pits, not fires, but fire pits where they had their fire and camped out. So perfect place to camp. So not the one I chose though. Let me show you the one I chose. The place I chose, or should I say we chose, because I was there with my daughter, was only about 100 yards, maybe 150 yards away from that spot where I just stopped at right now. So this is where I decided to camp. Look at this. Wide open view, plenty of shade, plenty of foresty feel. Foresty, is that a word? I'll add it. I'll call Webster, make sure they add it if it's not a word yet. But look at this. Look at this. I think it's even better than where I was supposed to camp. Take a look at some of these pictures. These views were amazing, breathtaking. Even my daughter loved them. It was amazing. And I loved being out here every minute, every second. It was just beautiful. The weather was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. We camped, we made a fire, and look at our tent. We didn't even put a cover on. We fell asleep looking at the stars, watching the stars. It was so beautiful. I also recommend you go to this site, thecaribou.com. They have a lot of information on this place. You can just Google Guide to the Edge of the World, East Pocket, camping, a lot of information will come up. But this place, thecaribou.com, gives you directions. It gives you information on the history of it, things of that nature. So go ahead and go to that site if you want more information. It even gives you a little map of the area, especially if you don't know the area. Highly recommend it. Check it out. Overall, this was a wonderful trip, and I'm glad I took it with my daughter. I'll leave you here with these final images. Thank you for watching.